Have you ever witnessed a Hollywood meltdown so intense it left everyone questioning the future of a multi-billion-dollar franchise? That's exactly what happened when Jack Black allegedly confronted Rachel Zegler during the chaotic press tour of Disney's Snow White remake. Was it a moment of tough love or a crushing blow to Zegler's career? Could this confrontation be the tipping point that spells disaster for Disney's once dominant live-action remake strategy? The controversy surrounding Rachel Zegler and Disney's live-action Snow White adaptation has taken a startling and tragic turn. According to recent rumors, the young actress may have reached her emotional breaking point during a fight with Jack Black. Once on the verge of becoming Disney's golden girl, Zegler's journey from hopeful newcomer to Hollywood's latest controversy is a warning of how easily things can go out of control in the entertainment industry. She was cast in the iconic role of Snow White, which should have been a career-defining opportunity. What started off as an exciting new chapter in Disney's history has now devolved into a PR nightmare, characterized by unmet expectations, contentious interactions, and a growing sense of annoyance among fans. At first, there was a lot of excitement about Rachel Zegler's appointment as Snow White in the live-action adaptation of Disney's 1937 animation masterpiece Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. For many years, playing Snow White has been a highly sought-after job in Hollywood, signifying the kind of professional achievement that most actresses aspire to. Zegler, a budding actress best remembered for her breakthrough role in West Side Story, saw this as the ideal chance to establish herself among Hollywood's elite. But from the start, things started to move in different directions. Zegler made a number of remarks in public that appeared to be intended to excite Disney fans rather than merely honoring the beloved tale. In interviews, she criticized the classic animated version of Snow White, called the Prince in the original movie A Stalker, and said that her Snow White wouldn't require a man to save her. These remarks caused a stir and soon infuriated Disney fans who were defending the cherished movie. Zegler wasn't finished either, as she declared with pride that the new Snow White will utterly eschew the traditional prince figure and substitute something wholly different for the Seven Dwarfs. Fans questioned whether the filmmakers were trying to update the story in a way that offended the very demographic they sought to attract with this move, which would turn out to be polarizing. The strange sequence of events that ensued only made the controversy worse. Zegler, apparently unaware of the growing criticism, shared a number of videos on social media as the film's premiere date approached. She repeatedly posted videos of herself sitting by herself in deserted movie theaters. The pictures were unsettling to individuals who were watching her every action on the internet. It seemed as though Zegler was oblivious to the obvious fact that Snow White was losing viewers and the public's trust in the movie. The fact that a movie about Minecraft, which was mostly written off as a joke by industry experts, was becoming a box office sensation and surpassing Snow White's worldwide earnings in a single weekend didn't help either. When reports of a dispute between Zegler and Jack Black, a Hollywood veteran and one of the stars of the Minecraft film, started to circulate, the situation took still another drastic turn. Behind-the-scenes accounts claim that at this turbulent time, Black approached Zegler. He reportedly asked Zegler how she was responding to the mounting criticism, particularly her propensity to brush off any criticism as hate from trolls. According to reports, Black asked Zegler, "Do you think calling fans trolls is helping?" during the purported encounter. Which version of the narrative you believe determines what happened next? Zegler reportedly grew visibly distressed, according to some sources, but others say she walked off set because she couldn't handle the confrontation. According to other sources, Zegler became so overwhelmed by the mounting pressure that he even broke down in front of Disney executives. It's unclear whether Zegler sought therapy following the incident, as some sources suggest. But the timing of this encounter was a clear turning point for the production and Zegler. The Snow White press tour appeared to grow quiet after that. Disney started making evasive remarks regarding the project, and Zegler's typically active social media presence vanished. The movie's production had started to fail, according to insiders. The popularity of Minecraft and Zegler's project stood in sharp contrast as the turmoil around Snow White developed. Once dismissed as a possible failure, the Minecraft film turned out to be a surprising success. Audiences went to cinemas, critics praised it, and it made a substantial sum of money, more in its first weekend in the US than Snow White had made after 3 weeks of release worldwide. The mounting problems with Disney's approach to the Snow White remake were brought to light by the comparison of the two movies. Snow White received criticism for feeling pretentious and didactic, while Minecraft was commended for its enjoyable, lighthearted style and capacity to amuse without imposing a message on the viewer. Snow White felt more like a lecture masquerading as entertainment than a fun movie experience. Disney, which was before renowned for creating enchanting, endearing tales, appeared to have forgotten what initially made their movies timeless. The reported altercation between Rachel Zegler and Jack Black came to represent Snow White's larger problems. Many saw Black's purported remarks as an attempt to refocus Zegler in the movie. On the other hand, Zegler's insistence on labeling her detractors as trolls and her inability to accept their criticism only served to intensify the backlash. The general industry started to wonder if Hollywood was putting more emphasis on messaging than on the art of narrative, an issue that many believed had been getting worse for years. The cracks started to show as Zegler attempted to keep up her public persona. Once vibrant and captivating, her social media posts started to feel strained, as though she were attempting to project bravery while coping with a great lot of anxiety behind the scenes. She went from being a big star to being a joke on the internet very quickly. It served as a sobering reminder of how swiftly a Hollywood career can change, particularly when public opinion changes. Executives at Disney were rushing behind closed doors. In a desperate effort to make the movie acceptable to viewers, public relations teams redirected marketing funds and ordered reshoots in an effort to save the movie. Whether genuine or fabricated, Zegler and Black's altercation came to represent the rising conflict between what Hollywood wants to show and what viewers truly want to see. It is evident that there is a rising need for movies that embrace sincerity, heart, and simplicity elements that Disney used to excel at but have since appeared to have lost touch with. Disney's live-action remakes might not be popular in the future if Snow White is any indication. Consequences of a misalignment between artistic aim and popular reaction. A fundamental breakdown in the relationship between Disney and its audience may be the reason behind the film's failure, rather than just a poor box office showing. Fans want stories that evoke a real emotion in them, not nostalgia repackaged with a political message. Ultimately, Snow White will be remembered as the point at which Disney's live-action remake strategy hit a wall, and Hollywood's obsession with messaging over magic took a serious hit, regardless of whether Jack Black's purported altercation with Rachel Zegler was the wake-up call Disney needed or just another exaggerated Hollywood rumor. Don't miss out on the latest Hollywood drama. Hit that subscribe button and stay updated with all the juicy details you won't find anywhere else.